Hey guys, what's up? So, something interesting happened. Now, as I've told you before, when I go on YouTube, sometimes I get recommended channels and based on what I watch or support and stuff like that. And what's interesting is, as you all know, I'm a big Transformers fan, also G.I Joe fan, grew up on Gem because of my older sister. Um, but what's interesting is we all know that YouTube has various Hasbro related channels when it comes to the properties. We know they have one, of course, for My Little Pony and the My Little Pony Equestria Girls, Friendship is Magic, and all that. We all, as well as Generation 5, Tell Your Tale, and, Mark, Make Your Mark. We know they got all those, together. We know they got those various channels. And sometimes they simultaneously live stream the same episodes for at least 5 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, you name it. But be that as it may, we also know that they have channels for Transformers through the Hasbro Pulse channel, as well as they have one for G.I. Joe. Now they also have official Transformers channels, which is Transformers Official and G.I. Joe Official. We know that. And we know, like I said, through Hasbro Pulse, they have basically the entire series of both G.I. Joe and Transformers. And I think they have a few other things over there. But what's interesting is they decided to add a new channel. That's right, a new channel got added on about a month ago. That's how it looks like to me, just based on the upload dates when you go to the various playlists that they have set up, and they do have playlists set up already. But that's basically how it looks like on the various playlists. But yeah, about a month ago, they uploaded and created a new YouTube channel called HasTV. That's right, HasTV. That's HasTV. It's also known as HasTV Classics, if you will. But yeah, they created a new one. It's called HasTV, or better known as HasTV Classics. And what this consists of is basically both G.I. Joe and Transformer episodes, G1, all of them basically, but it also includes Gem. That's right, Gem is also on here, and it's the first time that Gem, that's Jem, has ever been on any official Hasbro YouTube channel with its episodes. First time. All the other times, you've had various people like me and you upload the episodes on their channels, knowing that even though we can't, make money off them, hey, we're still, bringing them to folks that may not have the complete series on DVD or bought the series digitally and so on. But yeah, they have Gem on there, they have G.I. Joe on there, they have Transformers, again, all the first generations from the 80s. And they're still growing. And the way they have these coming out, because the playlist shows all the episodes. Like Transformers has all 94, same with G.I. Joe and Gem. Gem has 65, I think G.I. Joe has 90 something or something like that. But what's interesting is when you go to the playlist, you don't see all the episodes that they say is listed in the playlist. No, you only have episodes up to like the 40th or 30th episode and so on. And what that tells me is they have all the episodes already uploaded, but scheduled to premiere daily, or at least bi-daily, when they do. In fact, I think with G.I. Joe, they had that two-parter, A World Without Joes or something like that, where basically we're taken into an alternate universe where the Joes are dead and the Baroness is a good guy or a good girl, if you will, and the Joe that goes through this trauma, this kind of trauma of being in this world and seeing what he becomes basically dead, he decides to stay behind in the world with the Baroness. The good Baroness, I think. But yeah, basically that's what they uploaded recently. One of the episodes they've uploaded recently with G.I. Joe. They've uploaded some for Gem already and everything. They're getting there. They're slowly getting there and everything. And I think by the end of not this month, but by the midway point of next month, you're going to see most of the episodes for Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Gem uploaded onto this new HasTV Classics YouTube channel. Now, what this also tells me, because they also have a playlist for HasTV Classics, and it's basically a playlist which is a hodgepodge of the Gem and Transformers and G.I. Joe episodes they have uploaded, various ones. But I think they're also going to be uploading some other Hasbro classic cartoons from the 80s and the 90s on there as well. I'm definitely thinking they're going to be going with My Little Pony G1 and My Little Pony Tails. Those are obvious ones that I think they're going to be putting on. And I think they have some other Hasbro properties as well. I think Inhumanoids might get a showing on there. Of course, Halloween's coming up, so maybe they got that planned. I don't know. But they do have some other ones. I know Bigfoot's one they're probably going to put in there. But yeah, they have. But yeah, honestly, this is an interesting kind of decision they've made to create this new channel when they've already have, like I said, various channels for the notable properties. But I think it's because a lot of folks were wondering, okay, you put Transformers, you put G.I. Joe, that's great, but where's Gem? Where's My Little Pony G1 and 2? People want to see these. They want to see them as well, even though there are various ways to see them, out there. They want to see them all together, I guess, with the fellow Hasbro brothers and sisters. So, my assumption basically is that's kind of what made them decide, what, people are demanding it, they want it, let's give it to them. And thus, last month, the debut of HasTV Classics on YouTube came to be. And now we are almost close to all three of the main big three, if you will. Initially, big three in the 80s, that being G.I. Joe, Gem, that's Jem, and Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Gem being complete. And then I think they're going to start focusing maybe on My Little Pony G1, My Little Pony Tails, Inhumanoids, Bigfoot, and some of the other shows that they were associated with as well. You're also probably going to get the DIC, if you will, the DIC Entertainment version of G.I. Joe under this as well. And I think you might even get Beast Wars under there down the line. Again, these have all already been uploaded to the various YouTube channels, but to have them all like under one roof, I think that's the purpose as to why HasTV is coming to existence. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they go next with this. But let me know what your thoughts are on all this, being, possible fans that grew up with Hasbro cartoons and stuff back in the day. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think it was necessary for Hasbro to do this? Or do you think they should have just, like they did with Transformers and G.I. Joe, do you think they should have just gave Gem and, Gem, basically Jem, her own channel? Do you think they should have just gone and done the same with My Little Pony G1 and, My Little Pony Tails, just put them on the My Little Pony official, YouTube channel? Do you think they should just do that with Inhumanoids, Bigfoot? Or do you think they're making the right decision here by going in this direction and saying, hey, let's put all the classic shows that used to be aired in the 80s and early 90s under one roof, even though we have them, scattered elsewhere across the board on YouTube? And, what's funny is this is not the first time this has happened. Sonic the Hedgehog, of course, Sonic's ATM Adventures and Underground are basically on various different Sonic and Wild Brain YouTube platforms. And some are on there and some of those channels have them in 480p, 720p, 1080p. So yeah, it's not the first time anybody has done this with a property. My opinion is to get more eyes on the product, but also show some love to some properties that have yet to get that spotlight again after so long. And I think, going this route and putting Gem on there as a part of this, kind of saying, hey, this was our initial big three outside of MLP G1 that people paid attention to, that sold for us in the 80s and everything. I think it's, like I said, I think it's a great move. And again, I feel over time we're going to get more, not just the completion of these episodes, completion of these series, you know, as they are within the next month or so. But I think we're going to see G1 of MLP. We're going to see My Little Pony Tales, which in my opinion is G2, and as well as in Humanoids, and probably Bigfoot and a few others as well. Maybe even the GoBots. The GoBots are under Hasbro now too. Even though Hanna-Barbera did the cartoon series, I think we might see them as well. Maybe even Battle of the Rock Lords. Who knows? You know, that movie. But again, it's just a month old, this YouTube channel, and I recommend checking it out. See what you guys think. But do you think it was necessary? I think it's okay. I think honestly, it's a good idea, especially if it's going to give more, more love and eyes to the Hasbro properties that are not Transformers and G.I. Joe and everything. So, let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Let me know how you feel about this. Comment down below. Live chat during the premiere if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notification. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. And until then, I'm out.